In this activity, we're going to learn why it's not enough anymore to focus on products and technology alone. We're going to look at two examples, Xerox and Google. And to do so, I'm going to take you into the Strategyzer Business Model Time Machine. We're going to travel back in time, all the way back to 1958. And I'm going to introduce you to the story of Chester Carlson. I learned about Chester Carlson from Henry Chesbrough, who teaches at Berkeley and coined the term open innovation. So Chester Carlson was head of a research team at a company called Haloid, which later became Xerox. And they invented the first modern-day photocopying machine. A machine that could make 2,000 copies a day at a time where you could make only about 20 to 30 with a smelly chemical process. The problem was this technology was 7 to 8 times more expensive than anything that existed then. So what do you do with a technology like this? Xerox went to the consultants and they asked them what to do. The consultants went out, did a market research, and asked if anybody would buy this technology. Well, they came back and broke the news that nobody would want this specific technology. So what did Haloid Xerox do? They went back to the drawing board and they came up with a different business model. They said, well, we can't sell this, but we can do something else. We're going to lease this photocopying machine with monthly leasing to corporations. And we're going to ask for a $95 monthly leasing fee, $95 monthly leasing fee, and people will get 2,000 copies per month for free. And here's where it gets interesting. But then they said, well, if you copy more than 2,000 times a month, you're going to have to pay a tiny small fee, $0.04 per copy for each photocopy. And here's what happened. People didn't photocopy 2,000 times a month. They photocopied 2,000 times a day. So Xerox would earn from day 2 onwards from the photocopies. And they would earn from service and support fees. And that's what got Xerox to grow in an incredible rate over the next decades. And that's what transformed or even created the photocopying industry. Now let's go back into the time machine and travel to 1997. So what happened in 1997? I'd like you to learn about this story, which you probably already know, the story of Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Well, they invented, as we all know, or popularized the first modern-day search engine. They created Google. Now, what's special about Google? Google is free. So how do you earn money from free? Did Larry Page and Sergey Brin ever earn money from free? You bet, and we all know the story. So here's what they did exactly. They changed the business model, or they created a business model that would allow them to earn money from free. They had great search algorithms, which allowed them to offer free search and finding to users around the world. It was the best search engine of the time. Now, you can't ask people to pay for search, so search is free. So they had to come up with a better business model, and here's what they did. They started offering targeted search ads and a global audience access to these people, to advertisers. And they wouldn't just sell these ads, they would do something very intelligent. They would auction off the search terms. And that's what turned Google in a very successful company. 2012 revenues were over $15 billion and $10 billion of net income. So what's similar between these two examples is that product and technology innovation was important, but it was not enough. So great products and technology are essential, but they are just not enough anymore. So how much time and energy are you spending on enabling business models?